Hello, my dear folks. Welcome to the show, Jack Chow on East West with G&E TV. Once again, we're talking about the celebration of our holidays. And the holidays is a special season for people to relax, that's physically. And spiritually and conceptually, I call it a moment of refreshment, right? You refresh yourself for parts, whatever part is missing, or you lubricate your magnetism parts, stuff like that, and you become a brand new person, a brand new human being after the holiday to welcome another brand new year.
Yes.
So that is my concept. Join me today in the great discussion is my good friend, Mr. Ken Hemming, a famous writer for this wonderful book, Life is Simple, 100 Words to Live By. I have been talking on the show about this book for several times already. And once again, I would like to let my audience know it's not a commercial promotion. It is a conceptual promotion, I call it that way. Yeah. Should it be promoted? Well, this is the way. Because I notice in our life, especially the day-to-day busy life in and out, you're really talking about you missing the true value of life. So that's why we're talking about the book, The Words again. And I recall last time at the show, though, we stopped at the word love.
Yes, sir. What a great word.
What a great word.
And we never stop at love.
Yeah. And that was the point. We emphasize on the fact that love consists of two parts.
Yes.
Right? Giving and receiving.
Yes.
And we try to bring it more to the audiences that if sometimes everybody, if we assume someday somehow everybody think himself or herself a love giver rather than love receiver, though, wouldn't that be a wonderful world?
That's utopia, as you described it.
That's a really, really
It's utopia. And it's not impossible.
It's not impossible.
It's not, and certainly within a family, it's not impossible.
Okay. Put it this way. That's a Newton. That's not Newton. That's
Right.
not Einstein.
Right.
That's not rocket science.
Right.
That's something you can do, I can do, he can do, everybody can do.
What a feeling.
So why not?
Why not?
Right? So to think about the kind of love, which on the second elevation we call it unconditional love.
Yes.
If you want to give that love to people that you love, and well, of course, if you do or do not think about return, they will return.
Yes, that's
Am I
right.
right? Am I right?
Yeah, don't expect.
Yeah, of course.
Leads to disappointment.
Make it,
No payback.
of course, it's quite okay we say mutual love,
Yes.
right? Like mutual funds.
Yes, right.
Right? This is how much
That's
I
right.
do you. This is how much I do you.
Yeah.
And that is how much I want you
I
to
want
me.
back. Yeah, right.
Right? Like that. Even not more.
Yeah.
Even not more. But our sun gives us its heat and light. Not on that condition.
That's great.
Not on the condition.
Right.
Whatever we do, it keeps on and on and on and on.
Just like a Timex watch, it just keeps on ticking.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. And what do we give back to it? We don't. And so it just continually enriches our life.
Sure. To me, love is a very simple word. And sometimes you just draw a picture of a heart. That's
Yes.
love, right?
Yes.
So simple. But if you really go into it, you'll find it takes about 1 million words to explain. Right? Let me tell you a story. There's one story that I read. As a matter of fact, it's an essay that won a national award back in China.
Nice.
Called, the title, let me see, A Tall Woman and Her Short Husband.
Okay.
Like that. Says there's a new neighbor moved in, a couple of a tall woman and a short man.
Yes.
Right. So it so happened that it was in the southern part of China. There's a rainy season. It rains every day. Every morning I see out of my window, through my window, this couple passing by with the short husband holding an umbrella. Because the wife is about what? About at least 1 foot taller than the man. The man has to raise the umbrella very high like this, right? They're going by. And then at the end of the day, they come back the same way. They come back the same way, with the husband holding the umbrella very high.
Right.
Near her,
Right.
For the wife.
Yeah.
Okay. And it goes on and on and on and on for several days. People take that as a norm. Okay, anyway, as a norm. Something new, but a norm. Okay. And suddenly there were some days they don't show up. The author, I wondered what happened.
Right.
And when asking, the answer was that she ends up in hospital.
Okay.
Unfortunately. And several days later, the word came that she passed away. Or a sad story, though.
Very tragic.
Okay. About 1 week, or some kind of time, the husband, nobody see any of the husband.
Yes.
All of a sudden, there's one day, probably coming over the tragedy, the stress or the sadness, there this husband shows again. He himself only, right? Holding a umbrella, still holding high.
The love does not stop. And you guess what? Her spirit's under the umbrella.
Yeah, so that is the kind of thing that you do.
It's a beautiful story.
Unconditionally.
Yes.
Right?
Beautiful.
That is the kind of thing that you make love, to give love, part of you. Instead of something, a favor. I do you a favor, you do me a favor.
Yes.
Like a scratch. I scratch yours, you scratch mine.
That's right, right.
You see the donkey, the donkeys.
Yeah.
Right? When they are kind of out and large, they kind of do favor each other.
Absolutely.
You scratch my neck, I scratch yours. They
Just
do
like
this.
monkeys, they're
They
so
do this.
beautiful.
Yeah, they do this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as human being, I kind of prefer a love to be unconditionally giving rather than receiving.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, now, so of course that extends to automatically the word faith,
Yes.
which is next word you prepare yourself, right?
Yes. Let me pull that.
What is that? What is that? What you wrote about faith?
Well, let me read a little bit for a start.
Yeah, sure,
Okay.
sure. When you read, why don't you read it slowly and clearly and loudly, please?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
Faith is a necessary element of living a life with comfort and confidence. Clearly, there are two distinctly different elements of faith that apply to being a part of one's life. They are faith in the religious arena of life and faith in the probabilities that things are expected to happen will happen. A life without faith is a life of skepticism, and being skeptical about elements of life is certainly a life not well lived. The first area of faith mentioned above is having a strong belief in God or in the doctrine of a religion. The other area is about having complete trust or confidence in something or something that's expected to happen. Like, you know, sometimes when we go to our car and we put the key in, we have faith that it's going to start. Okay, so that's one element of faith. The other element of faith is in people that we relate to.
How do you define the difference between faith and loyalty?
Oh, and loyalty? Yeah,
loyalty. I'm sorry.
I think that's a very good question. Loyalty, you know, faith, I think it can be a little bit more concrete. In other words, a little bit more solid, because it's something that you know you never want to lose faith. But you can be loyalty. I believe is a bit conditional because you're loyal to a concept or to a country or to a person, but circumstances can change that can reduce or eliminate that loyalty. So faith, I never want to lose 1 ounce of faith in what I expect out of my life, in what I expect. But loyalty is a little more conditional, as it should be, because it's got to be loyal to a value.
I know that you're a man of words. That's why I want to touch base with you.
Yes, sir.
Am I right if I take loyalty as the unconditional love that you take towards a person or a cause or whatever, because you have faith in it? If I put the two words together, can we do that way?
Sure, I think that's really sweet and really brilliant, intelligent. But and what can happen though? Say you put your faith and next to your loyalty in somebody, and if somebody then does something that really challenges your loyalty, I don't think it has to reduce your faith. So I think faith can continue living, but loyalty can be damaged when a person acts in a way or does something in a way that does not earn loyalty. Many of the beautiful words I have in this book must be earned. You know, they got to be earned. They're
put it this way.
Yeah.
I'm loyal to the job position as a show host.
Yes, you are.
Right. I unconditionally devote my time, efforts.
You do.
In the job I do.
Yes.
I call that my loyalty.
Yes.
Right. Why do
And
I
duty.
do that?
Yeah.
Why do I do that? Because I have the faith in trusting that what I do can bring the community positive energy rather than negativities.
And your organization, which is magnificent, has faith that you will consistently be loyal and perform in a way that is.
I know that. I know that. If my audience say, "Hey, I don't even see your face. I don't even see that's necessary," I will not reduce my loyalty to the job,
right?
And I will not reduce my faith in the way I do,
exactly,
in the cause I do, right?
Right.
So that I can probably define the two words, and the relations in between.
But see, your viewers who are loyal to you, they have faith in a feeling of certainty that you will perform in a well-meaning, enhancing way for everybody to benefit.
Vice versa.
Yeah. And if something happened, somehow you had a brain something and it doesn't come anymore, then they would have faith in you, but less loyalty in your message.
They are loyal to me because they have faith in the energy that they trust.
Right.
Right? Right. So
in your commitment.
Yeah, the commitment.
Right.
So apply that to a family. What would happen to a family? Say between a couple.
Yeah. Well,
so, how do you see between a couple?
Well, you know, a couple hopefully has faith in each other's fidelity and each other's desires for a better life for their partner, and you know, things can. I think faith will be eternal. And if people do love each other, loyalty should be eternal. But if the person disappoints you in some way through some infidelity or some foolish spending that harms the family security, then you might lose a little bit of loyalty to your partner.
Okay, very good. Today with Mr. Ken Hamming, we try to take advantage of the holiday season because I believe people are more relaxed at this moment, so they have more time to sit down, relax, maybe a coffee in hand, try to chew the words,
right?
Try to get into the information that we're trying to promote. So joining me is my friend Ken Hamming, and we'll be back after this very short moment.